In this video, I want to tell the basic idea of Fourier transform and its limitations, and what are the things that paved way for Laplace transform. I mean, I want to correlate the Fourier transform and the Laplace transform in a brief manner. So this is the Fourier transform formula: x of omega, any signal, x of t, any periodic or aperiodic signal in its then that can be viewed in frequency domain, and that formula is the transformed formula is this is. But the limitation in the Fourier transform is this x of t, this signal should be absolutely integrable. What I mean to say is that in mathematically I can put up like this: minus infinity to plus infinity, magnitude of x of t whole square dt should be less than infinity. So what I mean to is this should be absolutely integrable. Then only that would have a Fourier transform such that you can see the transformed signal of the time domain signal x of t. So this should be integrable, but there are so many useful signals which are not integrable. For example, u of t. In real life applications you use the step signal, but if you take u of t integration in a mathematical way, that integration that it extends up to infinity from 0 to with a strength of 1, it extends up to 0 to infinity with a strength of 1. So mathematically, if you see this, the integration tending to infinity might tending to infinity. So these type of signals in Fourier transform, this can strictly speaking you cannot do Fourier transform for these signals, but with the help of some imaginary signal like Dirac delta functions, some of the signals can be found out. This is the thing. And one more example is, if I have 1, the signal is 1, I mean this the entire from minus infinity to plus infinity, if the signal strength exists for 1, this would also this is also not absolutely integral, but with the help of Dirac delta functions this could be have Fourier transform, because these functions, this does not vary with respect to time. It is almost constant. Okay, but some functions, I mean some signals like e power at, suppose e power at are some random signals which is increasing in this manner. Okay, it is increasing in not linearly, some like this function, it is increasing with respect to time. These type of functions which is increasing with respect to time cannot have Fourier transform, because this x of t is not absolutely integrable. Okay, so this is the problem with Fourier transform. This is the limitation of the Fourier transform as well. So in viewing this, Laplace came with an idea. So okay, the unbounded signals cannot have Fourier transform. So he came with an idea. Suppose if I multiply this signal, let us take this signal as x of t. If I multiplied this signal with a time decaying signal like some, let us take e power minus sigma t, exponentially time decaying signal, so such that the product of x of t into e power minus sigma t will decrease with respect to time. What I mean to say is, choose an appropriate value of sigma such that this signal, whatever the signal we have introduced as decaying signal, this will decrease at a faster rate when compared with the incremental signal, original incremental signal x of t. So the rate of rise of x of t will be much smaller when compared with the rate of decrement of e power minus sigma t. So he actually multiplied these two signals such that in summation the product of these two signals will try to decrease with respect to time, so that this function is absolutely summable. So he is making an unstable system to stable system indirectly. So he made a stable system by introducing a decaying signal e power minus sigma t. So why e power minus sigma t only he has chosen e power minus sigma t? Because exponential signals are eigensignals. What do you mean by eigensignal? These signals, the eigensignals mean by that these signals don't change the characterization of LTI system if it is given as input. Okay, so LTI system characterization should not be changed. That can happen with only the eigenvalues. Okay, so he has introduced it. So this, so the main modification what he has done is, so x of omega is minus infinity to plus infinity x of t e power minus j omega t dt, and he introduced multiplied with a signal e power minus sigma t, such that minus x of t into e power minus sigma t into e power minus j omega t dt. So the summation, this is actually unbounded, but with multiplying a time decaying signal, much faster time decaying signal compared to x of t, this became bounded. This became bounded now. So this is absolutely integrable. So now this is the slight modification now. So x of t into e power minus sigma plus j omega t dt. So he has named s equals to sigma plus j omega. Okay, and so x of omega now change it to Laplace transform x of s integral minus infinity to infinity x of t e power minus st dt. So this is the formula for Laplace transform. So the main thing here is one should understand is Fourier transform don't have transform of unbounded signals. What the idea of Laplace is, he has introduced a time decaying signals and multiplied with the original unbounded signal in such a way that he has chosen the sigma value so that the decrement of this eigenfunction signal, decaying eigenfunction signal, is much faster when you compare with the increment of x of t, such that this product, whole product is decreasing, so that this function is absolutely summable. At the same time, the characterization of x of t is not going to change, because this is the reason of eigenvalue. So finally he concluded that this is x of s. So this is thus how the limitation of the Fourier transform is solved by Laplace. I hope you understand. Thank you.